Good morning, everyone. For those who don't know me, I'm Jenny Wilcox from Walpole. I'm a director of ASCA, the national peak body representing seniors and technology. I have been involved with ASCA initially in my role as coordinator of Walpole CRC since 2007. ASCA is based in Sydney and the national president, Nan Bosler, sends her apologies for not being able to attend today. ASCA's objectives are to encourage seniors, including those with a disability, to explore the advantages and satisfaction of using computer technology. It empowers seniors, including those with a disability, to actively engage in the learning opportunities available, and it expands communication opportunities. Several other points of objectives are on their agenda. In that regard, ASCA established SWADE, Seniors West Australian Digital Expansion, to specifically support WA seniors in the area of technology. SWADE delivered the Be Connected program during 2018 on behalf of Good Things Foundation and the federal government, and in doing so formed a very strong partnership with Link West. Many of those members joined Be Connected and ASCA. During last year, ASCA's support officer, Natika, who many of you will know from Kununurra, teamed with me to deliver round one of the Be Connected program. As we all know, WA is very large, and it would have been impossible for Teek and I to travel all over the countryside to mentor trainers and demonstrate the lessons. So we engaged Pam and Jerry from Being There to provide the means of delivery via video conferencing. This turned out to be a winner, so much so that it will soon be piloted throughout New South Wales as a means of lesson delivery among other ASCA clubs. It seems fitting that in round two of the same program, our most major partner, Link West, gets to deliver the program during 2019. And on that point, I'd like to introduce you to Mihaela from Link West, who will outline how they will deliver in WA during the year. Thanks, Mihaela.
Thanks, Jen. I'm Mihaela. I hope everybody should know me by now, otherwise I have failed. And I am a Sector Development Manager for Link West. We have worked with ASCA last year when ASCA was delivering as capacity builder for Be Connected, and we now were lucky enough to win a grant to be capacity builders for Be Connected for the next year. And our aim was to implement a project that we've named WA Regional Resource Connect project through our neighbourhood centres and CRCs, and we're aware of the fact that many of our centres actually delivered the previous incarnation of this program, which was the broadband for seniors, and we were keen to offer more opportunities for other centres and also other organisations that work with their communities and that have an interest in supporting older learners with technology. The principles behind the program that we are now working with Natika to actually deliver is asset-based community development. The idea is to build on the resources and on the skills and on the assets that already exist in the communities and really make as much use of that as possible in engaging older learners and keeping them engaged with the sort of program, the type of technology that is going to be useful to them and interesting to them. So the three main outcomes that we're looking to achieve through this program is to strengthen the capacity of neighbourhood centres and community resource centres to support senior members of their community with digital literacy. And Teek will be working with the centres and with the people that are supporting the learners directly. There'll be workshops, there'll be opportunities to get support from each other, and the idea is that at the end of this program, centres will feel a lot more comfortable and a lot happier working in this area. The second outcome is to strengthen the relationship between centres and their communities, and this is something that centres are doing day to day, strengthening their relationships. And we're hoping to just add another dimension of that, where you are building on relationships based on this interest and on this mutual need for technology, and also based around the importance of technology and actually bringing people together and strengthening the connections that seniors might have with their communities, with different clubs, with their own families, and also the ability that they have to access services. And the third outcome is to empower centers and individuals to share their knowledge. And this is something that's particularly important to us in this project, as we feel that there is already a lot of knowledge out there, and we hope that this project will provide an opportunity for both centers to share that knowledge and also for individual community members in those centers to share that knowledge. And an example of this great treasure chest of knowledge is ASCA, which has been working in this area for a very long time and has really learned how to capitalize and how to maximize the gifts that people have and get them to share them with others. And so that's something that we're very much looking to do as well, which is why we are happy to continue our partnership with ASCA and very grateful that it has been such a success for them. And now, for the practical, over to Teek.
Thanks, Mihaela. Thanks, Jen. Yep, I've been working with Jen all of last year, and now I'm working with Link West so that we can help CRCs and neighbourhood centres and any other organisations who might be interested in capitalising on people's interest and perhaps maybe even encouraging people to not hate their technology as much as they do, so that they're actually getting a bit of joy out of it. So with that in mind, we had a little website last year, and this year we have, in partnership with Link West, built that up to be a little bit bigger. So that was the birth, I suppose, of swade.org.au. The idea was that that's a central spot for centres to be able to go to. There will be a few more bits and pieces on there as time goes by. We will be depositing any blog posts, etc. there. You'll be able to see what workshops are coming up there. You'll be able to book them with us on there. You can book one-on-one video links or phone conversations with me at any time. So I will now give you a bit of an overview of what it looks like. So just bear with me while I grab our da-da-da-da-da-da-da. This is swade.org.au. As you can see, we have got a bit of an overview of how the project began, as Jen said, and below you've also got a little bit of a rundown about Be Connected, etc. And we also have a section about who's ASCA, who's Link West, why we're so great at working together and helping you. And there's a little bit of a series of mugshots down there of us all so that you can see who we are. If you don't already know, you can put some faces to names. And you've also got in here, if you're looking specifically for stuff for, I call Warwick. So if you hear me call Warwick, that's what I'm talking about, Link West, West Australian Regional Resource Connect. We will go to the Warwick section straight away, and this gives you the overview of how Link West is going to be supporting centres and the ABCD if you want a little bit more information about those things that Mihaela spoke about earlier. The little plus sign next to that one will take you directly to the WA events if we click there. And so this is where we have a listing, and you can see on here we already have a few things on there. Some of those will be things like important days. So Safer Internet Day is coming up next Tuesday. We've got a video conference available for up to 8 centres to hook into next week from 10:30 a.m. to 11:30. If you were to click into here, you'll see that there's a link to go and book online, and you will hopefully go straight to that booking, and then, wait for it, you'll be able to select Tuesday's session on here. It's the only one that's available for that, but you can also jump in here for the one-on-one appointments, and that will take you to a similar page where you can go and book a one-on-one. That will show when I'm around for those bits and pieces. So if we just go down, you can see there are half-hour slots available for all sorts of bits and pieces. So that is the booking side of swade.org.au for neighbourhood and community resource centres. You can also share those with links and bits and pieces on there, so I'm pretty proud of that. You can also see we have a section with all of the partners that were involved in SWADE or are involved in SWADE. So we've got Link West, us, and what SWADE is all together. Our news, we'll have blog posts coming through here. These are the blogs from last year if you want to flick through and check out where we were. They won't be monthly, I don't think, at this stage, possibly quarterly. We also have an FAQ section, so you can jump in and that will tell you what is SWADE, who's Link West, just brief overviews. And also the ever important contact page if you just need to get hold of Jen or myself. So, and the branding's quite clear that if you're after ASCA, Jen's up the top, and if you're after Warwick in particular, then that bit's down the bottom. So I think we're pretty proud of what we've done here with Warwick, and I encourage you all to jump on there, have a look and play around. If there are any bits and pieces that aren't quite working for you, just flick us an email and we'll do our best to address those issues. So, yeah, thank you very much. I look forward to working with everyone this year on the Warwick project in WA. And Jen, does anyone want to close for us?
Well, I would just like to say, Teak, that I think I thought last year's website for SWADE was pretty good, really good, but you've outdone yourself this year. And
yeah.
The fact that, you know, and we all learn from moving forward and forming new partnerships and becoming familiar with new plugins and things like that to make websites more responsive and more relevant to everyone. So I really think this year it will be used to its full advantage, and I think it's going to be an extremely exciting year for us all, really, and hopefully we get a few more ASCA clubs out of it. And for those who perhaps didn't fit in the doldrums over the years, maybe it'll be a resurgence of enthusiasm, and because the links from that SWADE's website also go to ASCA, and ASCA's membership then provides access to other resources. So it becomes sort of like a big happy family. So I think it's great. Good on you.
You're welcome.
Yes, and all of you who are watching this and who are super impressed with the website, you can learn to do this for yourself. And your seniors can learn to do that for themselves. Yeah, so the opportunities are infinite, and yes, we're also very excited, and we hope it's going to be a good year for everyone, and we hope that, you know, this is something that centers are already doing. Centers are already supporting seniors in their community. So we hope that this will just formalize and maybe make that process a little bit easier for centers to do, and hopefully a bit more fun. So thank you very much.
And it's good that it's just West Australia, and I think there's that sort of ownership now with the SWADE having been established, rather than being a member of a national peak body that was based in Sydney. And you sort of, I think some centres may have felt a little bit disjointed, but there's that inclusiveness now, and I think that's going to be really good.
Let's show the rest of the country how us regional West Aussies and Metro West Aussies do it.
Spot on.
Excellent. Thanks, everyone.
All good. Thanks, everyone. Bye-bye. Bye.